When I was in college, I encountered this concept, this idea, this thing called the cold approach. So basically, what it means is to approach a stranger, and usually in the case for a man, it would be approaching a girl that you do not know, who is a complete stranger to you, with the intention of getting to know them and you know eventually being able to have a long-term relationship, or if not, just a sexual one. Assalamu alaikum, y'all. It's your boy Manerdo, and today I'm going to talk to you all about my experience with the cold approach. If you guys are new, then stay tuned. Just want to share my little story, debunk on some of myths in the cold approach, and what I believe is like some things that we can take away from this concept, something that we can learn, things that we can avoid. So I think I was about 18, 19 years old at the time, and shouts out to my colorful one. Squaw! Yeah. So your boy was about 19 years old, and I had a friend. Well, we were more like acquaintances, and he was actually like a very outgoing person. Shouts out to the man if he's watching this. And I think he also started off with lots of fitness and self-improvement concepts at the time. So at the time, I guess I was kind of down bad, meaning I was interested in this one person, and I wanted to ask for his help since I thought he knew like how to approach her, because at the time they knew each other, and I just wanted him to help me to actually get to know her and talk to her. So long story short, that didn't happen. But he did introduce me to this concept called the cold approach, and it was my first time, uh, hearing it. I didn't know anything about it before he introduced it to me, and it was something that was very new to me. So I asked him. So we sat down, just the two of us, and before we actually talked about it, he did tell me that he was very serious with this whole thing. So if like I was not serious and down, he was not uh, going to force me. And I was like, okay. It sounded sketchy at first. I wasn't actually eager to try it, but after having some thoughts about it and him convincing me, he actually told me that it's basically a way for us to build confidence, for us men to build confidence. So I took the initiative on knowing more about it. Um, and I had a few other friends at the time, and we usually hanged out together, but uh, they did not actually follow along with this. So it was just basically me. So it was just basically this guy and myself, because he saw that I was like very serious into it. So I was still 50-50 at the time, and we sat down and he told me the story about what cold approaching is. Basically going around to strangers, and within his case, within my case as well, those strangers are actually women. So going around trying to talk to them, trying to interact with complete strangers, women, to build your confidence and eventually get their phone numbers. So he did not tell me that the true um, outcome is to get their phone numbers. I thought it was just a simple trick, or a simple confidence boost, to actually just go out and be more friendly. So me at the time being very, I guess I was too young, and being being very ignorant, I actually went on with my friend, this acquaintance of mine, to the mall, and we tried it out. He's actually been doing it for a few months, so he has like more experience with it. And when I tried it out, it was very awkward to me, and I felt like there was just like some things that I couldn't come to terms with. So basically, after a few times of trying, my friend, I decided to actually remove myself from uh, the situation, remove myself slowly from my friend, because I felt like it was not actually going anywhere, and I didn't actually want to get uh, phone numbers of women just to text them, message them, or anything, because I don't think that was just like what my goal was. And never been that kind of person to like talk to a few different girls at one time. Plus, I kind of feel like the idea of just targeting girls is a bit too much, just for my personal belief and myself. So after a while, I think I told him that I wanted to stop, and he didn't actually take it. Kinda, he I'm not sure if he took it personally, but basically we had a little talk, and afterwards, he kind of like got offended by saying that I was a coward or something. But that was in the past, and we finally made amends. So basically, what I think about the cool approach is that it's a very good. Oh, wind's very strong at the back here. I think the concept is what many people are trying to do nowadays, is to actually have that um, manly, masculine style or way to talk to a lady. And we see it happening, especially nowadays, through social media. Um, but I think what the whole concept gives off is trying to show that you are not afraid to talk to the person of opposite gender. Shouts out to this flower or leaf. Showing that you are brave enough to actually go on and have a conversation with the woman, and at the same time, it just shows that how um, you because we have this idea, this concept that we are afraid to talk to someone, especially if that person is of the opposite gender, and if they are actually someone who has very sharp and beautiful features. So this idea of the cool approach totally negates and cancels all of those things, saying that this man can just go out and talk to a girl. Now, I don't completely disagree with the idea, because I feel like it's actually a good confidence boost in order to actually help people go out and make more friends. But that just completely just negates off with the whole purpose of the cool approach, which is not to actually make friends. Maybe yes, initially, but the end goal is to actually have them in bed. So those things seem like a bit too materialistic, where people are just still chasing women. Men are just chasing women. Maybe yes, to end up in a long-term relationship, and that should be fine. But the idea of going all out, finding about 5 to 10 women just to talk to them, just to get their phone numbers, that just seems a bit deluded to me. And I completely apologize if anyone who is watching this might have tried the cold approach and might think otherwise, or is trying it or is doing it currently and have succeeded in many of their if in in your efforts. I mean, big ups to y'all. But personally, I just feel like the idea just doesn't work out. It's not sustainable, because like, if you really like someone, then that feeling should just come very purely, especially when you only have that one person in your life. You're not going out to chase anyone. Maybe yes, maybe you can use this cool approach concept to go out and build your confidence, to build better connections with people, and sincerely, not trying to get their phone numbers just to sleep with them, not trying to get like money out of them or something, but this idea of just trying so hard um, with exterior intentions. And maybe it can be something else. Maybe it's not a cool approach. Maybe it can just be you doing some networking, but not actually to know the person, not exactly to listen to the person, and not to actually build connections. I just feel like the whole idea is just double-sided, and something that we should all work on, because we can become the best and better versions of ourselves, but it all comes down to what our intentions really are. Because as our beloved Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam has told us, that the actions of a believer is based on their intentions. So only God and you yourself know what your intentions are. I'm not here to actually diss anyone. I respect all of your decisions. If you guys want to try the cool approach by yourselves, then please go on and do so. If you guys feel like you want to build game and actually try it out, then please do. But just know that if the intention was not to actually know the person, or because you didn't actually like the person, and not to actually take care of her or to build a good family with her one day, then just know that maybe somewhere along the lines there will be some I mean, in anyone's lives there will be some hardships, but just know that it might not be easy for you to sustain some concept that is not initially sustainable. So with that being said, thank you so much for watching this video, guys. These are just my thoughts on the cool approach on online dating, basically. And this goes to the same thing, it applies to men who are just sliding into girls' DMs, saying things like God, OMG, or just putting hard eyes. So the whole idea of just like chasing women just seems a bit too prominent in our society, and it's being driven to the point where men are just putting themselves out too much. And I'm not saying that no one should actually go out and know someone of the opposite gender. Yes, you have to build connections one day. Maybe you want to have a family, but I just feel like sometimes the concepts that come in are not exactly things that build a stable, healthy, and happy family, such as online dating and the cold approach. But yeah, guys, you guys might have different opinions on this. That's still completely fine. I'm sorry if I've said anything wrong in this video. And until then, guys, take care. Share and subscribe if you guys want. Assalamu alaikum.